So Fabric Data Agents just got a massive update and I'm going to show you what it's all about. As you might have seen, Fabric Data Agents is an AI agent that you can use to chat with your data, but it only gave you text in the past. And people were asking me, Bas, can I create visuals, charts, graphs using a Fabric Data Agent? And I would always tell them, no, unfortunately you cannot. You need to use Power BI for creating charts and graphs. Until now, because right now there is a preview feature inside Fabric Data Agents that lets you create visuals. So let's take a look. All right, so here I am in Microsoft Fabric. I have my taxi analysis agent open. And as you have seen in previous videos, we can query from our Gold Lakehouse and our taxi data agent semantic model here. So we can start asking questions such as, give me the list of boroughs with the most taxi trips in the year 2020. Now, I don't need to go into Power BI or browse my semantic model or write Spark SQL queries on the Lakehouse. I can just ask the agent a question. And now you can see that it is starting to analyze the semantic model for the questions that we have. It gave us a range, and we can here actually see the DAX code that is being used to give us the answer. And then here is the result set that's coming out of that DAX query, and the DAX query is then being parsed into an agent response like you are used to. And we can see that Manhattan here is by far the biggest one, and EWR is by far the smallest one. And this could even be a rounding error, I don't know. So the response that we are getting is that Manhattan by a wide margin has been the biggest one. But this is not really nice and visual. So let's try to create a visualization. I'm asking for a bar chart representing these numbers, and it is again analyzing the data source. It is again analyzing the data source, and from there on, it will create a bar chart. Well, actually, if I'm going to be very nitpicky, this is a column chart, not a bar chart. So let's see if it will make a bar chart for us. Let's see if it will be able to do so. Now, what's really cool is that you can be creating quite some visual types, and as you can see, column chart is there, and let's check, bar chart is not actually in the supported visual type. So apparently a bar chart will not be possible, and the engine will basically say, okay, the user is asking for a bar chart, let's make a column chart instead, because that's the closest one that I have. And the answer here that we get from the agent is that I'm right, that column charts are for time series, and for categorical data we use a horizontal bar chart that is easier to read and compare. However, the bar chart isn't directly supported by the current visualization tool. Only vertical column charts are available. Now let me zoom in for the rest of this video, because that will make things a bit more readable. Now I'm asking for year-over-year growth in taxi trips visualized as a line chart. It's now hopefully not just giving me trip counts by year, but it's hopefully giving me the year-over-year growth by year. So let's see whether that's actually working. It is analyzing the semantic data model, or the semantic model, and let's see what it is coming up with. It is actually creating measures for us to do so. So total trips, trips prior year, changes. It is actually coming up with new measures on the fly in order to give us a change. And now I'm kind of impressed that it is actually writing DAX measures to answer questions. It is not really helping me with this visualization, because yes, it is showing me the year-over-year percentage, and it is also showing me the changes in numbers that we see. But we go with very, very big numbers on the taxi trips, basically. And then the year-over-year is just a small percentage, so the line is flat. Okay, don't mind the typos. The agent should understand that this is a typo. And there we go. Now we actually get a useful response in visualizing the data. Now, what do we learn from this? We can now ask the agent not just to give us any answers on our data, we can even ask it to visualize the data. And I don't know about you, but for me, at least, visualizations make data analysis a lot easier. I'm always happy when I get a visual instead of a piece of text that I need to interpret myself. So yes, visualizations are a big output improvement for Fabric Data Agents. Now, there are things that I would like to have, and that is I would like to export this visual into a Power BI report. That would be very amazing, that if we want to create a Power Power BI report to answer questions that we might have been asking the data agent, then we should have a button somewhere here that says create new Power BI report including this visualization, because the semantic model that we are running the data agent on is already existing. So that should be possible, and I really hope that that is coming in the future. I have no idea. It's definitely not on the roadmap as far as I know. So that would be amazing. And so far, I mean, you can create any kinds of visualizations. The list of allowed visualizations is in the documentation, and it is allowed by Microsoft to create a pie chart. It is not allowed by me to create a pie chart. I am against pie charts. Do not use them. Use bar charts instead. Now, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, as I say every week, because you should. And a lot of you already did so, but a lot of you also did not do so. And I make these videos for free every week. And the only way that you can pay me is not by giving me money. I don't care about the money. I care about subscriptions. So do me a favor and give me a subscription to my channel, and I'll see you next week. Ciao, ciao.